And hello and good evening once again. Welcome to another live stream on my page. My name is John, YouTube handle Sports Bonanza John, on Twitch tonight as well under Sport Guru John. If you like my content on my page, would appreciate a like and subscribe. That would really mean a lot and go a long way. Appreciate it. We've got some Major League Baseball tonight on my live stream. Yankees and Astros, two teams right in the playoff picture in the American League as we are down to the final 24, 25 games of the regular season. So this a big three-game series between these two teams. Yankees have a huge series coming up this weekend, which we will talk about when we give scores later. First of all, before we begin anything on this live stream page, I do always start off with a prayer. Let's start right now. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us. And please protect everyone tonight. Keep the players safe and everyone safe, Lord. And you look over us all. In your name we pray, Lord. Amen. Yankees and Astros. First of all, before we begin tonight, I do want to mention something. If you tuned in with me to my two college football live streams on Saturday, I did mention that I was going to be with you over the weekend on Sunday and Monday, rather. Unfortunately, there was a serious family emergency, so I was unable to get on over the weekend. So if you did tune in looking for those streams over the weekend, I do apologize. But we are all good now and back on a sort of regular schedule this week. So I did want to apologize for not being on this weekend like I said I was going to. Let's preview this one. Yankees and the Astros. Astros currently leading the American League West by 3 over the Seattle Mariners. Yankees coming off they still their 7-game losing streak come to an end this past Sunday in Chicago against the White Sox. But during that 7-game winning streak, Yankees got themselves right back in the picture in the American League East. They are in second place, 2.5 games they have pulled within the first place Toronto Blue Jays. They are tied with the Red Sox theoretically for second. Red Sox also 2.5 back. Yankees do have an edge, a percentage points lead over the Red Sox for second place. This a very big 3-game series. Yankees going to be keeping an eye on those Red Sox and Blue Jays scores. Blue Jays are in a slugfest right now in Cincinnati against the Reds. We'll give you scores later, but Max Fried taking the hill tonight for the Yankees. He's going to be facing Framber Valdez on the mound for the Astros. And let's take a look at the Yankees batting order tonight. Leading it off, Paul Goldschmidt at first base. Batting second is right fielder Cody Bellinger. Aaron Judge, DH once again, he bats third. Stanton in left field is the cleanup hitter for the Yankees. Grisham in center field will bat fifth. Volpe at shortstop bats seventh. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second base, he will bat eighth. Caballero playing third base tonight. Chisholm bats seventh. Caballero at third base will bat eighth. And Wells, the Yankee catcher, will be in the number 9 slot in the lineup. For the Yankees, and Framber Valdez, as I mentioned, getting the starting pitching slot for the Astros tonight. 12-7 record for Valdez, 3.18 ERA, 56 walks, 158 strikeouts in 164 and a third inning. He is the leader on the Astros pitching staff in wins, as he'll be taking the hill for the Astros tonight. As I mentioned, Astros come in with a 3-game lead in the American League West over the Seattle Mariners. Yankees come in 2.5 behind the Blue Jays. The Yankees do have the number 1 wild card spot in the American League right now. This a huge 3-game series. The first place AL East leading Toronto Blue Jays in action in Cincinnati. That is a slugfest over there in Cincinnati. Blue Jays currently have the lead 10-6. That game is in the bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox score equally as important for the Yankees. Red Sox lead Cleveland at Fenway 5-4. That game is heading to the top of the 6th inning over there at Fenway Park in Boston. Couple scores, the Astros keeping an eye on the Mariners score, and the Mariners currently trail the Rays in Tampa 2-0. That game is in the bottom of the second. Mariners, 3 games behind the Astros in the AL West. They are in possession of that third and final wild card spot in the American League right now. So the Mariners going to need some wins themselves. As Valdez finishing up his warm-up pitches, and we are just about ready to get underway on a Tuesday night in Houston. Postseason baseball just a little bit, what is it, about 4 weeks away now, away from the postseason, or 3 weeks away from postseason beginning. No, 4 weeks, okay. 4 weeks away from the postseason beginning. So we are just about set to go in Houston. Run down the umpiring crew tonight. Ramon De Jesus is calling the balls and strikes. Brian Walsh over at first base. Adrian Johnson at second base. Paul Clemens, the umpire, over at third base. First of 3, a very pivotal series between the Yankees and the Astros. So here we go. Pretty good crowd on hand on a Tuesday night in Houston. Cody Bellinger will lead it off tonight for the Yankees. Bellinger hitting at .279, 26 home runs. He's drove in 83. Valdez getting set. And time called by the home plate umpire before the first pitch thrown tonight. Like the door and the outfield wall came open there. Altuve goes back to do the cleanup detail. And we will try this first pitch again. And the first pitch is a bouncer to short. Routine play, 1 pitch and 1 out. That is how the game begins tonight. Bellinger bounces out to short. Paul Goldschmidt, I beg your pardon. And now Cody Bellinger will be the batter. Bellinger stepping up in the number 2 slot for the Yankees tonight. Valdez looks in and delivers. That hit the inside corner for strike 1. Valdez looking for win number 13 tonight for the Astros. And he delivers the strike 1 pitch to Bellinger. That hits the outside corner, and Bellinger quickly down 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 from Valdez. That's down. A ball and 2 strikes, the count on Bellinger. Aaron Judge is on deck. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Bellinger goes down on strikes, and that is out number 2 here in the first inning. And here comes Aaron Judge, hitting at .324. He's got 43 home runs, 97 runs driven in. To no surprise, he is leading the Yankees in every single offensive category. as he steps up with the bases empty and 2 outs. Valdez pitch to Judge is through and into left center field. That's going to be a base hit for Judge, and he is aboard with a 2-out single. Took a turn thinking about second, but retreats back to first base. That will bring up the Yankees cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Hitting at .295. He's got 17 home runs. He's drove in 46 on the season. Valdez looks in and delivers to Stanton. That hits the outside corner. Strike one. Runner at first is Judge. 2 outs in the Yankee first. Strike one pitch from Valdez. That's a little low, and the count's even, a ball and a strike on Stanton. 1-1 pitch. That's down. That's a nice stop back there. It's 2-1 the count. Judge the lead from first, and here comes the 2-1 pitch. That misses the outside. Valdez thought he had strike 2 there, but instead it's 3-1 now to Giancarlo Stanton, rather. Aaron Judge standing at first base with 2 outs. And here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss by Stanton. That will fill the count 3-2, so Aaron Judge will get a running start from first base. Judge the lead, and the payoff pitch to Stanton is popped up on the infield. Calling for it is the first baseman, and that will do it. In the top of the first inning for the Yankees, they get a 2-out single by Judge, but nothing further. Bottom one coming. It is the Yankees nothing, and the Astros coming up. And getting the start on the mound for the Yankees tonight will be Max Fried. Give you the stats here on Fried. He is at 14-5 on the season, ERA 3.06. He's walked 42, struck out 154 in 162 innings. Fried leading the Yankees pitching staff in ERA, just barely over the 3 mark. He will be facing this Houston Astros batting order tonight. Pena, the shortstop, will lead off. Correa at third base will bat second. Jose Altuve in left field bats third. Walker, the first baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Diaz DHing tonight for the Astros. He bats fifth. Urias at second base will bat sixth. Smith playing right field tonight. He'll bat seventh. Dubon in center field will bat eighth. And Salazar, the Astros catcher, rounds out the batting order tonight for the Houston Astros, who, as I mentioned at the outset, come into this game 3 games up on the Seattle Mariners in the American League West. Yankees come in tied with the Red Sox in essence, 2.5 behind the first place Blue Jays in the AL East. Yankees do have a percentage point advantage over the Red Sox, having played 2 less games. But the Yankees have this series in Houston and then begin a huge 3-game series this weekend at home at Yankee Stadium against the Blue Jays. So if they're going to catch the Blue Jays for the AL East Championship, they've got 3 against them this weekend. That will be the final 3 games between those 2 teams this season. So we move here to the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Pena leading off for the Astros tonight. Jeremy Pena, the shortstop, hitting .307, 14 home runs. He's drove in 51. Astros leader in batting average, and Pena takes low, ball one. Fried looking in and delivers the 1-0 pitch to Jeremy Pena. That's low and outside, and it's 2-0 now. Pena ahead of the count. Fried looking for win number 15 tonight for the Yankees. And the 2-0 pitch. That's inside to Pena. Now it's 3-0. Pitch from Fried to Pena. Inside. And a 4-pitch walk to Jeremy Pena to lead off the bottom of the first. We'll bring up the third baseman for the Astros, Carlos Correa. Correa in his 29th game with Houston. He came over from Minnesota. Pitch from Fried. There's a strike. Correa overall in the season between the Twins and Astros hitting .273. 10 home runs. He's drove in 45. A 1 pitch from Fried is there again, and it's 0-2, the count on Correa. Now, Pena at first base is the Astros stolen base leader. He's got 20 this year. Let's see if he takes off here. Fried delivers the 0-2 pitch. That's a ground ball foul, and that will keep it 0-2. The count on Carlos Correa. He was with the Astros for his first 7 seasons in the league from 2015 to 2021 before heading to Minnesota, and now he's back with the Astros. Correa grounds it to shore. That should be a double play. It's bobbled, and they are only going to end up getting 1 out of it. That was an easy double play, but there was a bobble by Volpe at short, and they could only get the lead runner with that bobble. So that's not going to go down in the box score as an error, but that's a double play that should have been made. 1 out, and it brings up Altuve. Altuve hitting .274 with 24 home runs. He's drove in 68 on the season. He is the Astros leader in home runs and hits this year. Altuve pops it up, shallow left field. Calling for it is the shortstop Volpe, and he's got it for out number 2. So Volpe trying to make amends for that little bit of a bobble that cost the Astros a double play. 2 down now. And the batter will be Christian Walker. Cleanup hitter for the Astros, hitting .235 with 21 home runs. He's drove in 74. He is the RBI leader on this Astros team. Fried looks in and delivers a strike. These two teams met back in Houston in early August, or back in New York, rather, in early August. Astros took 2 of 3 in the Bronx in that series. Here's the strike 1 pitch. That's way high. A ball and a strike now, the count. Runner at first for the Astros. 2 outs in a scoreless bottom of the first. Here's the 1-1 pitch hit foul, and that will make it a ball and 2 strikes. Fried looks in and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Walker goes down, as do the Astros in the first. They strand a runner. Inning in the books in Houston. Yankees and Astros, no score. Update you on my live stream schedule coming up this week. Be back with you on Thursday night for a live stream in the NFL kickoff of 2025. We'll be with you on a live stream for that Cowboys-Eagles game. To open up the 2025 NFL season, Eagles will be hoisting their Super Bowl banner from their Super Bowl championship this past year. And then we'll be back with you on Saturday for at least one college football game. I do have a commitment Saturday afternoon, early afternoon. So depending, for sure on Saturday evening, I am going to have a big FCS matchup between South Dakota State and Montana State on my live stream. Depending on what time I get done from my other commitment, if I'm here in time, I will live stream the South Florida game that takes place late afternoon on Saturday. But for sure on Saturday, going to have the South Dakota State-Montana State FCS matchup on Saturday evening. And back to this one, we are scoreless here as we head to the second inning. It's going to be Grisham leading off the second for the Yankees. Trent Grisham coming in to this game hitting .246 with 28 home runs, and he has drove in 57. As we head to the second inning, we'll run down the baseball scoreboard for you after this half inning. As Valdez to work here in the top of the second against Trent Grisham. And the first pitch, top two, is inside for ball one. One 0 pitch that hits the outside corner, and the count's even now 1-1 on Grisham. Grisham lines this one into right center field, and Grisham's going to be aboard with a leadoff single here in the second. We'll bring up the shortstop Anthony Volpe, number 6 hitter in the Yankees lineup. Hitting at .210 on the year, 19 home runs. He's drove in 70. Valdez looks in and delivers to Volpe down low for ball one. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Inside corner. 1-1 the count. Comes the 1-1 pitch. That's low. And the count's now 2-1. Grisham at first base, only 3 stolen bases this season. He is not a stolen base threat. 2-1 pitch from Valdez is fouled back, and that will even the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. A nice Tuesday evening crowd on hand at Daikin Park in Houston for the first game of a big 3-game series between these two teams. Valdez looks in on Volpe and delivers the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Volpe for the first out here in the second inning. Bring up Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm coming in hitting .238, 26 home runs. He's drove in 67. Chisholm fouls it away for strike one. This Yankees squad as a team is hitting just .250 as a team. So not a super impressive batting average, but they do have power on this team. As you've got 10 players in the Yankees lineup with double-digit home runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Chisholm, and Chisholm drills it deep to right field. Forget it. Chisholm halfway up the first deck. And right as I was saying, the Yankees are a power-hitting team. Chisholm goes deep for the 27th time this year. RBI 68 and 69. It's 2-0 Yankees in the second. Smith in right field for the Astros didn't even bother to try to make a play on it because that was a no-doubter. Halfway up the seats. So the Yankees strike first here tonight. As Caballero steps up and takes a strike on the outside corner. Strike one pitch to Caballero shows bunt, and it's now 0-2. Caballero came over. This is 23rd game with the Yankees. He came over from the Rays. And overall, between the Rays and Yankees, Caballero hitting .229 on the year. And the 0-2 pitch to him's down in the dirt. 1-2 now. One-two pitch. Bounce. Fair. In down the left field line, Caballero rounding first and is in at second, standing up with the double. So Caballero with an extra base hit, and now a meeting on the mound between Valdez and his catcher Salazar before Austin Wells comes to the plate. Double number 14 on the year for Caballero. And he's on at second with one out. And here comes Austin Wells, number 9 hitter and the Yankee catcher. Hitting .210, 19 home runs on the season for Wells. He's drove in 61. And the pitch. Swing and a miss by Austin Wells, strike one. Strike one pitch. Caballero takes off and no chance to throw him out at third base. Caballero got a heck of a jump and Salazar had no chance. Well, he was halfway to third base before the ball was totally released by Valdez. 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. And Wells did not agree with that call. As he says something to the home plate umpire, Ramon de Jesus, as he goes back to his dugout. That will bring up the top of the order, Paul Goldschmidt. That looked like a pretty good pitch. I think Wells must have thought it was inside. Goldschmidt bounced out to short to lead off the game and takes one right down the middle for strike 1. Here comes the strike 1 pitch. Down low. Nice stop by Salazar. That prevented a run because that was for sure going to the backstop. And Caballero's at third base with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch on the way to Goldschmidt. They will appeal to first base and no swing. Says first base umpire Brian Walsh. Two 1 pitch on the way from Valdez to Goldschmidt. Valdez steps off and calls time. And now Salazar going out to have a word once again with his pitcher. So the short meeting on the mound is over between Salazar and Valdez. Valdez gets set to deliver the 2-1 pitch to Paul Goldschmidt. Two in here in the second for the Yankees on the Jazz Chisholm home run. Here's the 2-1 down low again. Salazar another stop, and it's 3-1. Three-one pitch on the way to Goldschmidt. Fouled away, and that will fill the count, 3-2. A 3-2 payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt strikes out. Valdez gets out of the second. But the Jazz Chisholm 2-run home run gives the Yankees the lead after an inning and a half. Bottom 2 coming up in Houston. Yankees 2, Astros nothing. Diaz, Urias, and Smith, 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Astros in the bottom of the second. Between innings here, let's update you on this Major League Baseball scoreboard. The 2 games the Yankees have their eyes on. Blue Jays, AL East leaders in Cincinnati, and in a slugfest, they are heading to the 6th inning. In that one, Blue Jays lead the Reds 10-8. And the other game the Yankees have their eyes on is in Boston, Red Sox and Cleveland. Cleveland has come back in that game. That game is now 7-7 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the score the Astros are kind of keeping their eyes on is the Mariners and the Rays. Mariners have taken the lead over the Rays 3-2. That game's heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Other scores around the league. Pirates 7, Dodgers 4. That game is currently in the bottom of the 6th at PNC. Mets 6, Tigers 2. That game heading to the 7th in Detroit. Nationals 5, Marlins 2 in the nation's capital, top 7. Braves and Cubs. Says nothing, but I thought I saw the Cubs took a 3-0 lead in that one. I'll have to double check that one. Twins lead the White Sox 2-1, bottom of the 3rd. A's, the early lead in St. Louis, 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. And just about to get underway in Colorado, the Rockies hosting the Giants. And in about an hour in San Diego, Padres host the Orioles. And also about an hour away in Arizona, Diamondbacks host the Rangers. That's the Major League Baseball scoreboard for today. We head to the bottom of the 2nd in Houston here. Yankees leading 2-0 on the Jazz Chisholm home run in the top of the 2nd, his 27th of the season. Yainer Diaz, the Astros DH, will lead off here in the bottom of the 2nd, hitting .253. 18 home runs for Diaz on the year. He's drove in 55. First pitch, bottom 2, is a strike, as Max Fried now goes out with a 2-run lead. Strike 1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. And yes, the Cubs do lead the Braves 3-0, and actually they just added a run, so the Cubs now lead that game 4-0. Top of the 4th inning at Wrigley. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Diaz. He's now behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. A bouncer to short. Volpe throws in time to retire Diaz, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 2nd. We'll bring up the number 6 hitter for the Astros, Ramon Urias. Playing in his 22nd game for the Astros, he came over from the Orioles. And that's also a ground ball to short. Volpe with another chance, and he will throw out Urias for out number 2. 2 outs very quickly here in the Astros 2nd inning, and it will bring up the Astros right fielder, Cam Smith. Smith hitting at .242, 8 home runs. He's drove in 49. Fried delivers to Cam Smith outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch downstairs, 2-0 the count. Two-0 delivery on the ground to third. Long throw across in time, and the Astros retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 2nd. On we go to the 3rd in Houston. Yankees leading the Astros 2-0. It will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Yankees, Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton. Due up in the top of the 3rd inning. Well, other sports news around the country today. The new college football AP poll came out, and realistically, to no one's surprise, Ohio State jumped to number 1 after taking care of preseason number 1 Texas on Saturday. Rest of the top 10, Penn State held at number 2. LSU, with their win at Clemson, moved all the way up to number 3. They jumped 6 spots. Georgia goes to 4. And Miami, with their win over Notre Dame, jumps into the top 5. They're number 5. Oregon in there at number 6. Texas, surprised they dropped this far. They dropped all the way to number 7. You're playing the defending national champions on their home field, and they were preseason ranked number 3. Surprised Texas dropped all the way to 7. Clemson drops 4 spots to number 8. Notre Dame, with their loss at Miami, dropped 3 from 6 to 9. And rounding out the top 10 is South Carolina. South Carolina got a little bit of a battle from Virginia Tech for about 3 quarters the other day. And I will have at least one college football game on the live stream on Saturday. South Dakota State and Montana State, top 5 FCS battle. That'll be coming up Saturday evening, and possibly we'll be with you for South Florida and Florida. That's not a guaranteed yet. But here we head to the 3rd inning. Yankees leading the Astros 2-0. It'll be Bellinger leading off the Yankees' 3rd inning. Yankees and Astros have met several times in postseason play over the years. Could they be on a collision course to meet again in the postseason? First pitch, top of the 3rd inning to Bellinger is low for ball 1. 1-0 pitch from Valdez is foul, and that will even the count, a ball and a strike. Valdez at 35 pitches through 2 innings. Comes the 1-1 pitch. That's right there, and that count will go to 1-2 on Cody Bellinger. Valdez steps off momentarily, but is back set and delivers the 1-2 pitch to Cody Bellinger. Hit foul, and we will do it again. One-two pitch once again. Inside, that will even the count 2-2. Valdez delivers the 2-2 pitch to Cody Bellinger. Swing and a miss. Bellinger strikes out for the 2nd time against Valdez. That's Valdez's 5th strikeout. 1 down in the inning, and here's Aaron Judge. Judge singled his first time up. 2-out single in the 1st inning. Pitch to Judge, hits the outside corner, strike 1. 0-1. Judge swings and misses, and Judge is in an 0-2 hole. Oh-2 pitch. Downstairs. A ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2 pitch on the way from Valdez to Aaron Judge. Judge lines it into right field, and coming on in for the catch in right field is Smith for out number 2. Aaron Judge lined it, but he kept it in the air just a little bit too long. And there's the second out of the inning, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Stanton. Stanton 0 for 1 on the night so far, and takes one right down the middle, strike 1. Comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch way low, and Stanton's down 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout for Valdez, his 6th of the game. Yankees go quickly in the third. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It stays 2-0 Yankees over the Astros. 8, 9, and 1 in the Astros lineup. Dubon, Salazar, and then the top of the order, Pena. Due up here at the bottom of the third against Max Fried. Only thrown 21 pitches in the first 2 innings. Mets with a big 7th inning in Detroit. Mets now blowing out the Tigers in Detroit, 12-2. That game heading to the 8th inning. Still 7-7, Red Sox and Cleveland. Bottom of the 8th at Fenway. Blue Jays still lead the Reds 10-8. Top of the 7th, Mariners 3, Rays 2, top of the 5th inning. Outside of the Mets-Tigers game, those other 3 games are games these 2 teams are seriously going to be keeping a little bit of an eye on. So the Yankees, again, enter 2.5 behind the Toronto Blue Jays. Percentage points ahead of the Red Sox. So they have 25 games remaining. Astros come in 3 ahead of the Mariners in the AL West. Astros have 24 games remaining. Those are counting this game tonight. Mentioned the Yankees have a huge 3-game series at home against the Blue Jays coming up starting on Friday. Astros, meanwhile, will be heading to Arlington to take on their AL West rival Texas Rangers for a 3-game series in Arlington this weekend. So here we go, the bottom of the third. Dubon will lead it off. The Astros center fielder. Hitting at .249 on the year, 7 home runs. He's drove in 28. First pitch, bottom 3 for Max Fried is airmailed. Ball 1. Wow, that ball sailed over everybody. 1-0 pitch. That's right down the middle, strike 1. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch from Fried to Dubon. Hit foul, and that will make it 1-2. One-two pitch. That's airmailed again. 2-2. Fried looks in and delivers the 2-2 pitch. That's hit foul, and we'll do it again. Two-two pitch upstairs, and the count is now full. 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch coming from Fried to Dubon. Here it is. That's hit foul, and we will do it again. Another 3-2 payoff from Fried to Dubon. That's ball 4, and Dubon will draw a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the third. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter. Be the Astros catcher, Cesar Salazar. Playing just his 11th game with the Astros. Hitting .273 in his previous 10. Salazar's hit in the back by Fried. So Fried having some control issues here in the third inning, and the Astros have the first 2 on. And we are back to the top of the order. Jeremy Pena. So the Astros, an ample opportunity to at least tie this game here in the third. Fried looks in and delivers to Pena. Pena bunts. And the throw goes to third, and they get the lead runner. Great job by Fried, recognizing he had time to get that ball to third base, and the lead runner is erased. As Pena bunted that ball right back to the pitcher. So now 1 out. As it will now bring up Carlos Correa. And the pitch to Correa is down low for ball 1. So Salazar, the runner at second, and Pena, the runner at first. Correa's 1-0, or the 1-0 Correa is fouled off, and it's ball and a strike. One pitch on the way from Fried to Correa. In the air, that's going to be foul and out of play. Off the screen, a ball and 2 strikes. A 1-2 pitch on the way from Fried to Carlos Correa. That's bounced to first. They will go to second, get 1. That's going to be all they get. Two down with runners now at the corners as Salazar advanced to third. So two down here in the Astros third inning, and it will bring up Jose Altuve. Tying run at third for the Astros with tying run at first for the Astros with two outs. Here in the bottom of the third, and ball one outside to Jose Altuve. Flew out his first time up. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle, strike one, a ball and a strike now. The count to Jose Altuve. Altuve looks in at Fried, who delivers the 1-1 pitch. Outside and low, 2-1. Fried had 21 pitches entering this inning. He's about to throw his 18th just here in the bottom of the third. Two-one pitch is on the ground to short. Volpe, the short route to second to retire the Astros in the bottom of the third. They get two on, but strand the two. We head to the fourth. Yankees 2, Astros nothing. Grisham, Volpe, and Chisholm, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up for the Yankees here in the top of the fourth inning. Blue Jays have added an insurance run in Cincinnati. Blue Jays now lead that game 11-8, bottom of the seventh. Red Sox have taken the lead over Cleveland 8-7, bottom of the eighth at Fenway. Mariners still lead the Rays 3-2. That game in Tampa in the top of the sixth inning. Giants and Rockies are underway, and the Giants have put up 2 in the top of the first at Coors Field. And still batting in the top of the first. And here we get set to go to the top of the top of the fourth inning. Astros trailing the Yankees 2-0. And Grisham will be the leadoff batter here in the top of the fourth. 1-for-1 with a single, and he scored on the Jazz Chisholm 2-run home run. Back in the second inning. As we are getting down to the nitty-gritty in the regular season in Major League Baseball. About, 3.5 weeks or so to go. Three and a half, 4 weeks. As we are set to begin the top of the fourth inning. Valdez back to work on the mound for the Astros. First pitch, top of the fourth, from Valdez to Grisham. Downstairs, ball one. And Valdez is about to throw his 50th pitch. One-0 pitch to Grisham. Downstairs again, it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch from Valdez to Grisham. Grisham sends it in the air to right center. This is going to stay in the park and playable out there. In right center field for Dubon, and he's got it for the first out here in the top of the fourth. And Volpe will be the batter. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. The pitch to Volpe's fouled back, strike one. Jazz Chisholm on deck. Jazz Chisholm is the reason why this game is 2-0. He had a 2-run home run back in the second. Pitch to Volpe's right down the middle, and it's an 0-2 count. Valdez delivers an 0-2 pitch to Volpe. And here it is. Outside. Ball and 2 strikes now. One-two pitch. Downstairs. That will even the count 2-2. Volpe steps back in and awaits Valdez's 2-2 pitch. And here it is. Hit foul, and we will do it again. Two-two pitch. Outside, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Well, if you're Valdez, you'd like to face Chisholm at least with the bases empty. Not give him a chance to hit another 2-run home run on you. That's up the middle, fielded at second base, and they will throw out Volpe at first base for out number 2. It was Urias that made the play there at second. So bases empty and 2 outs, and the batter will be Jazz Chisholm. So the good news for the Astros, they will face Chisholm with nobody on base. Home run by Chisholm in the second inning was his 29th of the year. It's RBI 68 and 69. Valdez's pitch right down the middle, and the count is now 1-1 on Jazz Chisholm. One pitch, inside corner, strike 2. One-two pitch to Chisholm's fouled away, and we will do another 1-2. Valdez delivers another 1-2 pitch to Jazz Chisholm. On the ground and through into left center field, so Chisholm now 2 for 2 with a single to go along with his home run. And the inning continues for Caballero. He doubled his first time up. Yankees now with 5 hits against Valdez here in the 4th inning. That hits Caballero in the right foot. At least I think it did. I think the home plate umpire Ramon De Jesus is wanting to review this, it looks like. That clearly got Caballero on the knee on the bounce. Oh, but did he swing? I think that might be what they're discussing. Or what they're going to look at. And it looked like actually on that replay that his bat did go around. Caballero pleading his case. They did call that a swing and a miss. And Caballero better be careful as Aaron Boone trying to hold him back. It clearly hit him on the knee, but he also took the bat too far around. And I believe Caballero has just been tossed from this game. He was. Caballero has been tossed by the home plate umpire, Ramon De Jesus. Aaron Boone going out to make his case. So Caballero will get an early shower tonight. And the Yankees will bring on Ryan McMahon in his place. McMahon coming over from the Rockies earlier this season. Overall on the season, hitting .217 in his time between the Rockies and the Yankees. With 18 home runs, he's drove in 46. He comes in with an 0-1 count. Jazz Chisholm and Christian Walker having a little laugh over there at first base. So now Valdez faces McMahon, and the 0-1 pitch is a throw over to first instead. And Chisholm is back rather easily. Chisholm is the Yankees' leader in stolen bases. He's got 25 this year. And the pitch gets away from Salazar, and that will advance Chisholm to second. So the Yankees now with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Chisholm was off with the pitch. He was going to have second base stolen anyway. It's the 1-1 pitch from Valdez, swing and a miss. And McMahon now in a 1-2 hole. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Ryan McMahon. Downstairs, nice stop by Salazar. It's now 2-2. Two-two pitch. That's hit to first base. And Walker will take it himself, and the Yankees are done in the fourth. They strand Chisholm at second base. Bottom of the fourth, we go in Houston. Still the Yankees leading 2-0. Astros will have the top of the order. That's not right. I'm sorry, that's not right. Astros will have 4, 5, and 6. Walker, Diaz, and Urias due up in the bottom of the fourth inning. Update on those important scores to these two teams. Blue Jays still leading the Reds in Cincinnati 11-8. That game's in the bottom of the eighth inning. And it has just gone final at Fenway. The Red Sox have defeated Cleveland 11-7. So the Yankees, if they want to stay ahead of the Red Sox, with the Red Sox already winning tonight, Yankees need to win to stay in that number one wildcard spot. If the Astros come back here, that would drop the Yankees behind the Red Sox. And the game that is of interest to the Astros, Mariners and the Rays. Rays have tied the Mariners up at 3-3. That game in the bottom of the sixth inning in Tampa. So those are the one game that's gone final and the other two games of interest to these two teams in the standings. As we head to the bottom half of inning number 4, it will be Walker leading off against Max Fried here in the bottom of the fourth. Walker struck out his first time up. As Fried so far through 3 innings is at 39 pitches. First pitch, bottom of the fourth, outside, ball 1. So McMahon, who came in to hit for Caballero after Caballero was thrown out, stays in the game to play third base. The 1-0 pitch to Walker. That is high in the zone, but a called strike, 1-1. One pitch on the way. Bounce to third on one hop, and the throw over to first in plenty of time to retire Walker, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll bring up Diaz. Diaz 0 for 1. The Astros still looking for their first hit tonight against Max Fried. Fried's delivery to Diaz, swing and a miss, strike 1. Diaz grounded out his first time up. And Fried looks in and delivers the strike 1 pitch to Diaz. Inside, that'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch. Outside, and that will move the count to 2-1. Fried delivers the 2-1 pitch. Line foul, and that will even the count 2-2. Good news for the Astros. The Rays have just taken the lead over the Mariners. That's a 4-3 lead for the Rays now in the bottom of the sixth. Astros come into the night 3 up on the Mariners in the AL West. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's grounded to third again. And that will retire Diaz for out number 2. Boy, McMahon's came in to play third base here defensively in the bottom of the fourth and has made the first two plays. Here's Urias with 2 out and nobody on. And Fried's pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. One-0 pitch on the way. Right down the middle, and that will even the count 1-1. This upcoming pitch will be number 50 from Max Fried. And here it is. Inside corner, strike 2. Two out, nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. Astros trailing 2-0. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Arias went after a high one, and that does it for the Astros. 1-2-3 in the fourth. On we go to the fifth in Houston. It's still the Yankees 2 and the Astros nothing. 9, 1, and 2 hitters for the Yankees. Wells, and then the top of the order, Goldschmidt and Bellinger. Due up against Valdez, who is at 68 pitches so far through 4 innings. So pitch count a little up there for Valdez. Again, if you tuned in a little late, want to recap or update you on my upcoming live stream schedule here on the page. I'll be back with you for a live stream Thursday night for the opening NFL kickoff of the season in Philadelphia. The Eagles will be hoisting their Super Bowl banner, and they will be hosting their NFC East rival Dallas Cowboys. I will be on with a live stream for you there on Thursday night in that one. And then on Saturday, I'll at least have one college football game on Saturday, the top 5 FCS matchup between South Dakota State and Montana State. I believe that is an 8 o'clock Eastern time. I am on Eastern time where I'm located. So I will at least have that game. I do have a prior commitment earlier in the day. So depending on when I get done with that, if I get done in time, I'll be on with you for South Florida and Florida. I believe that's 4:15 kickoff. That's pending. But for sure, we'll be on with you for South Dakota State and Montana State, that top 5 FCS matchup Saturday night. So that's the upcoming live stream schedule of the week. Sunday night, I will be on with you Sunday night. Have not decided if it's going to be the Sunday night NFL game or the Sunday night MLB baseball game. Have not quite decided which one it's going to be yet. I will know on that Saturday night college football live stream. I will for sure have an answer then. Here we head to the top half of inning number 5. Yankees leading this game 2-0, and Austin Wells, the Yankee catcher, will lead it off. First pitch, top 5, fouled away, strike 1. Wells was a strikeout victim his first time. Valdez has struck out 6 in this game, and Wells went around, I believe. Yes, he did, and he's down the count 0-2. Top of the order, Goldschmidt and Bellinger due up here after Wells. The 0-2 pitch from Valdez to Wells, right on the inside corner. Wells knew it. He was starting to walk back to the dugout before the strike 3 signal was given. 1 down here in the 5th. And here's Paul Goldschmidt, top of the order for the Yankees. 0-2 tonight so far. Yankees have managed 5 hits in this game so far against Valdez. Valdez's delivery to Goldschmidt is down low for ball one. Goldschmidt is grounded out and struck out tonight in his prior two at-bats. The 1-0 pitch upstairs, and now it's 2-0. Again, the Yankees came into the night tied with the Red Sox, 2.5 games behind the first-place Blue Jays in the AL East. Red Sox have already won tonight, and that 2-0 pitch is low. It's now 3-0. The Blue Jays are leading in Cincinnati 11-9. That game has moved to the top of the ninth. .30 pitch taking all the way was Goldschmidt, and it's a strike, 3-1. .3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Goldschmidt. That will fill the count, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Ball 4 as Goldschmidt draws a walk with one out here in the fifth. And that will bring up Cody Bellinger. 0 for 2. He has struck out both times so far against Valdez. And Valdez's delivery to Bellinger. That's lined into right center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Goldschmidt will hold at second, and the Yankees have 2 on with 1 out here in the fifth, looking to add some insurance to their 2-0 lead. And it brings up Aaron Judge. Judge so far on the night is 1 for 2. He does have a single. As the Yankees have runners at first and second with 1 out here in the fifth. Valdez delivers to Judge. Downstairs, ball 1. Valdez's 80th pitch of the night. Downstairs, and he's behind Judge 2-0. Kind of get the sense he's being a little careful with Judge here, but you can't walk him because that's going to load the bases, and Stanton's on deck. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Judge hits it into right field for a base hit. Goldschmidt to third, and he will hold there. And the Yankees have loaded the bases here in the fifth with 1 out. So the bases are loaded for Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton is 0 for 2 on the night. So a base hit to the outfield could give the Yankees a 4, possibly 5-run lead, or he could go deep and clear them. Vice versa, a ground ball could get the Astros out of this. And now, got a meeting on the mound. Pitching coach Josh Miller going out to the mound to have a word with his pitcher. Meeting is over. So big spot in this game. Bases loaded and 1 out. Valdez delivers. Strike 1 on the inside corner to Stanton. Valdez delivers the strike 1 pitch. Down low. Oh, the first base umpire says Stanton went around there. And he's down in the count, 0-2. Showed the replay. It was close. 0-2 pitch from Valdez to Stanton. Here it is. Fouled away. Stanton just got a piece to stay alive. Stanton looks in at another 0-2 pitch from Valdez. Here it is. Just missed the outside corner. I think Valdez thought he had it. 1-2. Fans in attendance thought he had it too. 1-2 pitch to Stanton. Outside for sure that time. 2-2 now. Astros bullpen is getting loose. Enyel De Los Santos loosening in the Astros bullpen. 2-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3. A big second out. A called third strike to Stanton. 2 outs in the 5th. And it's up to Trent Grisham with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Grisham 1 for 2 on the night. The pitch from Valdez is inside, ball 1. Grisham does have 2 grand slams this season. 1-0 pitch. Grisham sends it in the air to left pretty well. Back to the wall. It's gone. Grisham, a grand slam home run. And the Yankees bust this game open 6-0 in the 5th. Home run for Grisham, number 29. RBIs 58, 59, 60, and 61. 3rd grand slam of the year for Grisham. 6-0 Yankees. Volpe now will step up. And Volpe takes high for ball 1. Strike called. Ball and a strike now. Boy, that pitch to Grisham got way too much of the plate. Valdez's 1-1 pitch to Volpe's fouled away, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Volpe a strikeout and a ground out tonight. And Volpe hits it foul. As Valdez nearing the 100 pitch mark, this may be his last inning tonight, if not his last batter, if he doesn't retire Volpe. 1-2 pitch, foul back, and we'll do another 1-2. One-two pitch. Volpe sends it to left. That's going to curve foul. And we'll do another 1-2. Nice catch down there by a fan. That's why you bring your glove to the park. This next pitch will be a 28-pitch inning for Framber Valdez. And it's grounded to third. That's fair. The throw to first in time to end the bottom of the fifth. But damage done. Trent Grisham, a grand slam home run to left to bust this game open for the Yankees as we're at the midway point. Yankees 6, Astros nothing. And due up here for the Astros in the bottom of the fifth will be the bottom third of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Smith, Dubon, and Salazar against Max Fried, who's only given up 2 walks to this point. Well, 2 walks and a hit batter. The only 3 Astros to reach base so far. Update you on that Blue Jays game. Blue Jays still leading the Reds 11-9. That game top of the 9th in Cincinnati. Mariners have come back to tie the Rays 4-4. That game's in the top of the 7th. If the Mariners can win that game and the Astros don't come back here, that would pull the Mariners within 2 of the Astros. Mariners are currently in possession of that third and final wild card spot in the American League. Couple other games have gone final since the last update. Nationals beat the Marlins 5-2. Mets all over the Tigers tonight in Detroit 12-5. And the Pirates beat the Dodgers in the opener of that series 9-7, the final there. And here it is 6-0, Yankees leading the Astros as we are set to move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees trying to, at the very worst, stay 2.5 games behind the Blue Jays in the AL East and stay tied with the Red Sox in essence. With the Yankees and Blue Jays playing a 3-game series in the Bronx this weekend. First pitch, bottom 5 from Max Fried is ball 1. Cam Smith 0 for 1 so far. As Max Fried to the mound with a considerable lead to work with now, but he falls behind Smith here 2-0. Smith grounded out his first time up. 2-0 pitch. That hits the inside corner for strike 1. Two-one pitch. Inside corner again, and that will even the count 2-2. Fried delivers the 2-2 pitch to Smith. On the ground and through, and that's the Astros' first hit of the night. A leadoff single for the Cam Smith here in the bottom of the 5th. will bring up Dubon. Has the Astros in a 6-run hole. Need to get some offense going here, and there's a start for Cam Smith here in the bottom of the 5th. Fried's delivery is a foul ball for strike 1. Dubon walked his first time against Fried. Fried looks in and delivers the strike 1 pitch. Outside. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch downstairs. That will make it now a 2-1 count. Number 9 hitter, the Astros catcher Salazar, is on deck. Two-one pitch inside, and now it's 3-1. That was pitch number 60 for Max Fried. Here's a 3-1 from Fried. Inside corner, strike 2. That will fill the count. Cam Smith, pretty small lead at first base. This is not a heavy stolen base team, the Astros. Only 71 total the entire season. And down 6-0. I don't know if this is the time to try it either. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Dubon strikes out. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. And it will bring up Salazar. Salazar was hit by a pitch his first time up. That is just foul. First base side, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch on the way from Fried to Salazar. Swing and a miss, and Salazar is now in an 0-2 hole. Oh-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Salazar looks in, and the 1-2 pitch on the way from Fried. That got a piece of Salazar in the box, and that will keep it 1-2. Smith the lead from first, a short one. And Fried's 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Max Fried. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, and we're back to the top of the order in Jeremy Pena. Pena's 0 for 1. He has reached on a walk. Free delivers. Swing and a miss by Pena, strike one. Strike one pitch. Right down the middle, and Pena's in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fried strikes out the side after giving up his first hit. On to the sixth we go. It is all Yankees so far in this one as they lead this game 6-0. Be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Yankees. Chisholm, McMahon, and Wells due up. I don't think it's going to be against Valdez, as I think we've probably seen the end of the road for Valdez tonight. Another game has gone final in the majors. Cardinals defeat the A's in St. Louis 2-1. Mariners and Rays remain 4-4, bottom of the seventh in Tampa. Other scores: Cubs 4, Braves 3, bottom of the seventh at Wrigley. Angels lead the Royals in Kansas City 4-1. That game's heading to the ninth. Giants 2, Rockies 1, bottom of the fourth at Coors Field. Orioles struck for a run in the top of the first in San Diego against the Padres. White Sox 9, Twins 3 in Minneapolis, bottom of the seventh. We have seen the end of the road for Valdez. It is going to be Enyel De Los Santos coming in to pitch for the Astros here in the sixth inning. So the final numbers tonight for Valdez: 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk. Did have 8 strikeouts and 96 pitches thrown tonight. But he gives way to De Los Santos. And the Red Sox have already won tonight. And the Blue Jays, that has actually just gone final in Cincinnati. The Blue Jays have beat the Reds 12-9. So the Blue Jays will stay 2.5 ahead of the Red Sox and can stay 2.5 ahead of the Yankees if the Yankees hang on here. De Los Santos' first pitch, top of the sixth inning, is ball 1 to Jazz Chisholm, who hit the 2-run home run in the second inning. He singled his last time up. And that pitch misses low to Chisholm, and he's ahead of the count 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Chisholm hits it foul. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Two-one pitch to Jazz Chisholm from De Los Santos. Swing and a miss. That'll even the count 2-2. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chisholm strikes out, and that's the first time he's been retired tonight. 1 out in the 6th. And it will bring up McMahon. McMahon came on for Caballero. When Caballero was tossed earlier in the game. Ball 1 here to McMahon. One 1-0 pitch to McMahon's a swing and a miss, and that will even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch fouled away. Count now 1-2. Astros in the bottom of the 6th inning will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Correa, Altuve, and Walker. Needing to find some offense somewhere, down 6 runs. One-two pitch. Upstairs, and that will even the count 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by De Los Santos. 2 outs here in the 6th. And it will bring up Austin Wells, the Yankee catcher. 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out both times against Valdez. And De Los Santos delivers to Austin Wells. Ball 1. One 1-0 pitch. Upstairs, and that will make the count 2-0. Comes the 2-0 pitch. And it's now 3-0 as that pitch misses outside. 3-0 offering to Wells. Taking all the way, and that's right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch is a foul ball, and that will fill the count 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch. That is hit deep to right, and that is back, and it is going to be off the top of the wall, and it's going to be a 2-out double. Yankees think it's a home run. For now, it's called a double for Austin Wells. And now Aaron Boone back out again. Showing the replay right now. That It hit the very top in the yellow and then bounced back in play. Every ballpark is different, so I'm not sure what exactly the ground rules are there at Dyken Park. But I thought it was pretty consistent. Anything above the yellow, I thought, was a home run. It has gone to replay. And they are going to keep the call as is, a double. Again, every park is different. All the ground rules are different. Actually, on replay, that may have... Boy, that's close. But the call stands. Austin Wells at second with a double. That's hit into right field and a catch made. A running catch out there in right field by Cam Smith. So the Yankees do not score on the two-out double by Austin Wells. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Yankees still in command in this one, leading 6-0. Cam Smith definitely saved a run there with that running catch. And again, for the Astros in the bottom of the sixth, it's going to be Correa, Altuve, and Walker, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. I would guess still against Max Fried, who's in 5 innings only at the 70 pitch mark. And he's only allowed 1 base hit through 5 innings. As I mentioned earlier a couple times, this is a 3-game series, a big 3-game series between these two teams, but a big one this weekend for the Yankees. Following this series, Yankees host the Blue Jays in the Bronx for 3. That is the team they are chasing in the AL East. It's currently at the moment a 3-game spread because the Blue Jays have already won. But the Yankees can stay 2.5 back of the Blue Jays with that 3-game series coming up this weekend. Blue Jays have already clinched the season series against the Yankees, so that could come into play too at the end of the season. Astros will take on their AL West rival Rangers. That's a big series too. As the Astros have the Mariners on their tail 3 games back, the Rays have actually taken the lead over the Mariners in that game tonight in Tampa, 6-4, that score. Top of the 8th inning, Mariners currently hold that third and final wild card spot in the American League. The Royals in that wild card race, but they're trailing at home the Angels tonight, 5-1, bottom of the 9th. So here we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Astros somewhere needing to find some offense here, down 6-0. And Correa will lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th. Correa, first pitch into left field. That's going to be off the bottom of the wall. And Correa is going to be held to a long single. The way that caromed off the wall, it caromed right to Stanton there in left field, and it's just a long single for Correa. But there's a start for the Astros here in the bottom of the 6th. And it will bring up Jose Altuve. Altuve 0 for 2 tonight. Just the second hit tonight for the Astros off of Fried. And Fried's pitch is outside. Ball 1. Altuve's flied out and has hit into a fielder's choice tonight. That hits the outside corner, strike one. One pitch. Outside, 2-1. That Dodgers-Pirates game tonight in Pittsburgh, Ohtani went deep for the 46th time this year, although in a losing effort tonight for the Dodgers. They lose that game tonight in Pittsburgh, 9-7. Altuve on the 2-1 could not hold up his swing, and the count's now even, 2-2. Two pitch on the way from Fried to Altuve. Altuve grounds it to first. Nice diving play. And beating Altuve to the bag at first base is Paul Goldschmidt. Nice diving stop and getting the out at first base. One down. Correa does advance to second on the play. One down in the inning, and it will bring up Walker, the cleanup hitter. Walker 0 for 2 tonight. Meeting on the mound here between Fried and Wells. The Yankees battery. Runner at second, one out for the Astros here in the bottom of the sixth. Astros trying to get on the scoreboard here tonight. All of the Yankees 6 runs courtesy of the home run, the Chisholm 2-run home run, and the Grisham grand slam. Here's the pitch from Fried inside, ball 1. Over 2 night for Walker. He is struck out and grounded out. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Walker lines this one into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And the Astros are going to, they're going to hold. Going to hold Correa at third. Down 6 runs in the 6th inning. That's probably not a bad decision. You don't want to run. You don't want to give up an out at this point. Plus, Correa had to hold up to see if the ball was going to be caught or not. So he got a late jump from second. Here's Diaz now with runners at the corners and 1 out. Fried's pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Diaz has an 0 for 2 night going. He's grounded out twice. The strike 1 pitch. Fouled away, and Diaz down in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch from Fried to Diaz. Bounce to third, could be 2. On to second, 1 to first, safe. And the first run scores for the Astros as Correa comes across. And it's 6-1. So an RBI fielder's choice for Diaz to drive in the first Astros run tonight. And Urias will step up with 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Urias, strike 1. Give you the full Major League Baseball scoreboard coming up after this half inning. Fried's 0-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, Wells with a nice stop back there, and that'll even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch on the way. Right at the knee, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes now the count. One-two pitch. Bounced foul, and we'll do it again. One-two pitch on the way. In the air, right field, barely having to move out there in right field, is Bellinger, and he's got it, and that retires the Astros in the 6th. They do get on the scoreboard with the RBI fielder's choice. We go to the 7th. Yankees leading this game 6-1. And for the Yankees in the top of the 7th inning, it's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton. Let's run down the full Major League Baseball scoreboard for you as we go into the top of the 7th inning. Finals that have come across. Pirates beat the Dodgers 9-7. Shohei Ohtani hit his 46th home run in that game for the Dodgers. Mets blow out the Tigers tonight in Detroit 12-5. Mets have won the first 2 of that series. Another final from today, the Blue Jays 12-9 over the Reds. That was the game the Yankees are keeping their eye on. And the Red Sox beat Cleveland at Fenway 11-7. Red Sox will stay 2.5 behind Toronto. Yankees will also stay 2.5 behind Toronto and in that number 1 wildcard spot if they can hang on here. Nationals 5, Marlins 2. Just gone final in Kansas City. The Angels beat the Royals 5-1. Cardinals beat the A's in St. Louis 2-1. Game still in progress. Top of the 9th inning. Rays lead the Mariners 6-4. That's a game the Astros have their eye on. Cubs 4, Braves 3. Top of the 9th at Wrigley. White Sox blowing out the Twins. White Sox blowing out an opponent. That's a phrase you don't hear very often. 12-3 that score. Bottom of the 8th. Giants lead the Rockies 3-1 at Coors Field, top of the 5th. Orioles 1, Padres nothing, top of the 2nd in San Diego. And the Rangers and Diamondbacks scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd in Phoenix. 6-1 here. Yankees lead the Astros as we head to the top of the 7th inning. De Los Santos back out for his 2nd inning of relief. And he will face Cody Bellinger to lead off the top of the 7th for the Yankees. Bellinger 1 for 3 tonight. First pitch, top 7, right down the middle, strike 1. Bellinger scored on that grand slam home run by Grisham as Bellinger fouls this off, and he's in an 0-2 hole. Again, the AL West coming into the night. Astros 3 up on the Mariners. I failed to mention the Rangers all night. The Rangers are only 4.5 out and only a game and a half behind the Mariners for that final playoff, for that final wild card spot. Astros play the Rangers in Arlington for 3 this weekend. They got 2 more series with the Rangers yet. This weekend in Arlington and then at home against the Rangers. Their final series of the year. 0-2 is fouled off by Bellinger. So a lot of big series upcoming yet in these last 3 weeks of the season. And my mistake on that last statement, that is not the Astros' last series of the year. Against the Rangers, that's in mid-September. That's a bounder to first. Underhand throw over to De Los Santos to retire Bellinger for the first out in the top of the 7th. And here's Aaron Judge. Judge 2 for 3 tonight with a couple singles. And De Los Santos pitch to Aaron Judge. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Judge fouls it back, and he's in an 0-2 hole. He also scored on that Grisham grand slam back in the 5th. 0-2 pitch. A little high, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2 now. Two pitch to Aaron Judge. In the air, popped up. First baseman Walker calls and he makes the catch for out number 2. And it brings up Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Looking to the Astros half of the 7th inning, it's going to be the bottom 3, 7, 8, and 9, Smith, Dubon, and Salazar. Pitch to Stanton is a strike at the knees, 0-1. The strike 1 pitch from De Los Santos to Stanton. Little tight there, a ball and a strike. One pitch. Swing and a miss. And Stanton behind in the count, 1-2. One-two pitch in the air to center. And playable out there for Dubon, who makes the catch. And the Yankees retired in order in the top of the 7th. It's stretch time in Houston. Astros still need to get some offense going here as they trail 6-1. Again, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Astros, Smith, Dubon, and Salazar, due up in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And will it be against Max Fried, who's gone 6 tonight? It's at the 86 pitch mark. We will see if we see Max Fried come back out for the bottom of the 7th. Looking up a stat here as we are getting down to the nitty-gritty in the regular season. Has the Houston Astros, if they can make the postseason this year, it will be their 9th consecutive season they have made the postseason. They had made the ALCS for 7 consecutive seasons before that came to a close last year. Astros were actually beaten in the wild card round last year. But they look to keep their consecutive postseason season streak alive, which is currently at 8. They trail this one, though, 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Cam Smith will lead it off in the bottom of the 7th for the Astros. Smith 1 for 2 tonight. Do have a defensive switch for the Yankees to tell you about. Jason Dominguez, the new left fielder for the Yankees. That pitch misses high. Now 1-1. He replaces Stanton out there in left field. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Smith now behind 1-2. Fried is back out there on the hill for the Yankees. This is his 90th pitch of the night, and Smith fouls it off. But there is action starting to go in the bullpen for the Yankees. Devin Williams loosening up in the Yankee bullpen. 1-2 pitch to Cam Smith. Hands fouled it off again. Good job by Smith staying alive. One, two, downstairs, 2-2. Two pitch upstairs, and that will fill the count 3-2 to Cam Smith. Payoff pitch upcoming. Fouled away. This will be pitch number 9 of the at-bat coming up. Another payoff pitch to Cam Smith. Ball 4. And Smith draws a walk to lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Astros. And it will bring up Dubon. Dubon is 0 for 1. He has struck out. He has reached on a walk. Leadoff runner on for the Astros here in the bottom of the 7th. Down by 5. Fried's pitch to Dubon. Misses. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. Outside, it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch upcoming. Hit down the third baseline. That's a fair ball, but there's not going to be any play anywhere. It was a diving stop there at third base by McMahon, but by the time he got up, he had no chance of any out on the base pass, and it's an infield single for Dubon. And the batter will be the Astros catcher, Salazar. Salazar's 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out. And pitch number 98 for Max Fried is going to be his final pitch of the night as Aaron Boone coming out to relieve Max Fried. Or is he? No, he's not. Aaron Boone is going back to the dugout. Looks like he's giving Fried another batter. So Cesar Salazar will be the batter. First and second, no one out for the Astros in the 7th. There's a bunt for Salazar. It's caught by Fried and a double play. Dubon got too far off first base. Fried with the catch in the air off the bunt, and he doubles off Dubon at first base. And now there are 2 outs as the Astros just ran themselves into the second out. Top of the order now, Pena. And takes inside ball 1. Pena's 0 for 2 tonight. He has reached on a walk. The 1-0 pitch. On the ground to short. And the double play gets Max Fried out of the inning. He goes 7. The Astros do not score in the 7th. We head to the 8th. Still 6-1 Yankees. Yankees will have the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Grisham, Volpe, and Jazz Chisholm in the 8th inning. And that, in my guess, would be the end of the night for Max Fried. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. 101 pitches on the night for Max Fried, and he is 6 defensive outs away from getting his 15th win of the season. As the Astros, a great scoring chance in the bottom of the 7th inning, but ran themselves into an out on the double play. But I do have some bit of good news for the Astros fans as it's gone final in Tampa. The Rays beat the Mariners 6-5, so the Astros The Mariners are not going to gain any ground on the Astros tonight, even if the Astros do not come back here. Rangers have taken the lead over the Diamondbacks 1-0. So if the Rangers can win that game and the Astros do not come back here, the Rangers will pull within 3.5 of the Astros and within a half a game of the Mariners for that final wild card spot in the American League. Of course, the Texas Rangers just 2 years removed from a World Series championship, trying to get back in the playoffs and have a chance to get back there. New pitcher for the Astros here in the top of the 8th inning. Steven Okert on to pitch. Numbers a 2-2 record for Okert, 2.83 ERA, 14 walks, 70 strikeouts in 60 1/3 innings. He'll be the third pitcher of the night for the Astros. Starter Valdez went 5. De Los Santos came on in relief and went 2, and now it's Steven Okert's turn. Faces Grisham as his first hitter here in the top of the 8th. Grisham hit the grand slam back in the 5th that just busted this game open. It was still just a 2-run spread at that point. Strike one pitch to Grisham. Right down the middle, and Grisham's in an 0-2 hole. Okert steps off momentarily, but gets back set on the mound and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Downstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. Okert's 1-2 pitch to Grisham. Swing and a miss. Grisham goes down on strikes, and there's the first out in the top of the 8th. Brings up Volpe. Yankee shortstop. He's got an 0-for-3 night going tonight. And the pitch to Volpe misses for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Misses a little off the plate. Now 2-0. The count to Anthony Volpe. Two-0 pitch. Popped foul and out of play. It'll now be a 2-1 count. Two-one pitch is a foul ball. That got Volpe in the foot. Trying to walk that one off. Devin Williams was loosening in the bullpen earlier. He's back up. Another pitcher in the bullpen as well as Volpe sends that into right center field. That's going to be on the warning track, but caught out there by Dubon for the second out. And who that other pitcher was warming up for the Yankees in the bullpen. It was Paul Blackburn, the other Yankee warming up in the bullpen. Two down for the Astros here for the Yankees rather here in the 8th inning, and it will bring up Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm started the scoring for the Yankees tonight, hit a 2-run home run back in the 2nd, and he takes one at the knees here for strike 1. Chisholm didn't think so. Chisholm steps back in the box and awaits the 0-1 pitch from Okert. That's a strike. 0-2. Now, looks like some Yankees having some words for the home plate umpire, Ramon de Jesus. As Chisholm's been none too pleased with those first 2 strike calls. This one's a ball, but it looked closer than the other 2. Yankee dugout, better be careful. Caballero's already been thrown out tonight. And the 1-2 pitch to Chisholm downstairs. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Chisholm hits it to right. Is that fair? It is. It's gone. Chisholm goes deep for the 2nd time tonight. It's 7-1 Yankees here in the 8th. It was definitely going to be deep enough. The only question was if it was going to stay fair, and it did. Second home run of the game for Jazz Chisholm. Number 28 on the year for Chisholm and RBI number 70. McMahon now the batter, and he takes ball 1. Swing and a miss. Ball and a strike now on McMahon. So it's back to a 6-run deficit for the Astros. One pitch is a little outside. 2-1 now. Comes the 2-1 pitch. Down the middle, 2-2 now. Okert's 2-2 pitch to McMahon. Fouled away, and we will do it again. This will be the 20th pitch of the inning for Okert. And here is the 2-2. Outside, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch. Ball 4. And the inning continues. 2-out walk to McMahon will bring up the Yankee catcher, Austin Wells. And that, I think, is going to do it for Okert on the mound for the Astros. That's the pitching coach, Josh Miller, making his way out. He's just having a talk with his pitcher, Okert, trying to get this final out. So here's Wells, and he takes low for ball one. One 0 pitch. Wells sky high pop into left field. And the catch made out there by Altuve to end the inning. But Jazz Chisholm's second home run of the game gives the Yankees a 6-run lead back as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees lead the Astros 7-1. And it will be again Correa, Altuve, and Walker, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Due up for the Astros, needing a bunch of offense here, down by 6 with 6 outs to go. Again, updating you on my live stream schedule coming up. We'll be back on with another live stream with you Thursday night, the opening night of the NFL. NFL kickoff, Cowboys and Eagles. Eagles will be raising their Super Bowl banner from last season. And they open the season by taking on their NFC East rivals. Be on with the live stream for you Thursday night. And we'll also be on with a college football live stream Saturday night. Top 5 matchup in the FCS. South Dakota State and Montana State. I do have a prior commitment on Saturday early afternoon, depending on when that ends. If I'm back in time, I will live stream the South Florida game that kicks off at 4:15. But that one's not set in stone. South Dakota State, Montana State, Saturday night is set in stone. We'll definitely be with you for that top 5 matchup. Definitely be on with the live stream for you for that on that one. The other game pending. But here, back to baseball tonight. It is all Yankees tonight, 7-1. All 7 of their runs, courtesy of the home run. Jazz Chisholm, 2-run home run in the second. Trent Grisham, grand slam in the 5th. And then the Jazz Chisholm home run in the 8th inning. So all 7 runs for the Yankees tonight, courtesy of the long ball. And Yankees pitching has held the Astros to 4 hits tonight. Fried's night is done after 7 innings. And the new Yankee pitcher is Paul Blackburn. Since total numbers with the Mets and Yankees, 0-3 record, ERA very inflated, 8.07. This is 3rd appearance with the Yankees. First pitch, bottom 8 is a ball. As he faces Correa to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Correa has one of the Astros hits. 1 for 3 on the night. Correa fouls it off for strike 1. One pitch on the way. Outside, 2-1 now. Blackburn looks in and delivers the 2-1 pitch to Correa. Foul tip. And it's now 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Blackburn to Correa. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and now Correa didn't like that one. One down in the bottom of the 8th. Home plate umpire Ramon De Jesus has not made a lot of friends on either side tonight. Here's Altuve. Altuve takes ball 1. Altuve 0 for 3 on the night. One 0 pitch is outside, 2-0. I understand why the players are starting to get a little frustrated, because that one that was just called a ball was about the same spot that was called strike 3 on Correa. 2-0 pitch, that's at the knees for strike 1. Two 1 pitch, right down the middle, 2-2. You're down 6 runs. You got to be up there swinging the bat if you're the Astros right now. 2-2 pitch. Altuve reached for that one and fouled it off. Altuve steps back in and awaits the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Altuve down on strikes. 2 down in the 8th. And it will bring up Walker. Walker has a hit in 3 trips tonight. The pitch is outside for ball 1. Astros bullpen busy down there again. AJ Bluebaugh warming up for the Astros. The 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss. Counts even a ball and a strike. One, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strike count now. The 1-2 pitch from Blackburn to Walker. Outside, 2-2 now. Two outside. I think Blackburn thought he had strike 3 there. Three-two payoff. Swing and a miss. And the Astros go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. On we go to the 9th. Yankees leading 7-1. Yankees will have the top of the order in the 9th inning. Goldschmidt, Bellinger, and Judge. In a game, they are comfortably ahead, 7-1. So the Yankees 3 outs away from picking up a win in the series opener here. A win they need today because the Blue Jays and the Red Sox have both won already. We are going to have our fourth pitcher of the night for the Astros, A.J. Blueball, coming in to pitch here in the top of the ninth. Blueball just making his fifth appearance of the season. 2-1 record, an ERA of 3.86, 3 walks and 16 strikeouts in 14 innings. The numbers on Blueball. So Okert, win an inning, gave up the home run to Chisholm. Walked one and struck out one. And Blueball will come on and face the top of the order, Paul Goldschmidt, to lead off the top of the ninth inning. Goldschmidt 0 for 3 tonight. He has reached on a walk and scored a run. As Blueball finishes his warm-up tosses. And gets set to face Goldschmidt here to lead off the ninth. And here we go. First pitch, top of the ninth. Is a strike at the knees. Blueball's 0-1 pitch to Goldschmidt. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1 now to Goldschmidt. Two-one pitch on the way. Blue ball to Goldschmidt. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Two-two pitch on the way to Goldschmidt. Upstairs, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch is up the middle and through for a base hit, and Goldschmidt a leadoff single here in the ninth for the Yankees. His first hit of the night, 11th hit tonight for the Yankees. And it'll bring up Cody Bellinger. Bellinger 1 for 4 tonight with a single, and he scored one of the 7 Yankee runs. Blue ball's pitch is at the knees, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. In the air left field. Playable out there for Altuve, and he's got it for out number 1 here in the top of the ninth. And here comes Aaron Judge. Judge is 2 for 4 with a couple singles tonight. He scored as well on that Grisham grand slam back in the 5th. Blue ball's pitch is down low for ball one. One 0 pitch. To Judge from blue ball, right down the middle, strike one. 1-1 the count on Judge. One pitch is down low. No swing, says the first base umpire. It's now 2-1. Two-one pitch. Downstairs, and it's now 3-1 to Judge. Three-one pitch on the way from blue ball to Judge. Swing and a miss. That will fill the count 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch to Judge. Called strike three at the knees. Judge knew it. Two down in the ninth. And he'll bring up Dominguez, who's going to get his first at bat. Coming in defensively, he came in defensively for Giancarlo Stanton. Dominguez hitting .255 on the season. He's got 10 home runs. He's drove in 45. And the pitch is on the outside corner for strike one. Strike one pitch to Dominguez. Down low. 1-1. One pitch is hit foul. And that will make it the count 1-2 on Dominguez. One-two pitch. Downstairs. 2-2 now the count on Dominguez. Two-two pitch on the way. Hit foul, and we'll do it again. Astros offense has kind of fizzled here as of late. Picking a bad time of the year for the offense to start going cold. 2-2 is a swing and a miss. And Dominguez strikes out. That does it for the Astros in the ninth, or for the Yankees in the ninth, rather. Last chance coming up for the Astros. Down 6. Bottom 9 upcoming. And the Astros will have Diaz, Urias, and Smith due up in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Astros trailing here by 6. And the Yankees 3 outs away from closing this out and getting a big series opening win. I say big, considering the Blue Jays and the Red Sox have already won today. If the Astros do not come back here, they will stay 3 ahead of the Mariners. But the Rangers are up 2-0 in Arizona, in the top of the 6th. So if the Rangers hang on there, they will pull within 3.5 of the Astros. And they would pull just a half game behind the Mariners for that third and final wild card spot in the American League. So a lot of pennant races still to be decided, and a lot of postseason baseball still yet to be decided. Or who qualifies for the postseason anyway, I should say. The Yankees can get these final 3 outs here. They will even the season series with the Astros. As I mentioned, they're going to have that big 3-game series in the Bronx this weekend with the Blue Jays. Assuming they hang on here, they're going to stay 2.5 behind the first place Blue Jays. Blue Jays have already won the season series against the Yankees. So that is a must-take series in the Bronx this weekend for the Yankees. Blackburn back out there to try to close this out. And he will face Diaz to lead off the bottom of the 9th. First pitch, bottom 9, foul ball, strike 1. Diaz hitless in 3 attempts tonight, but he has drove in the only Astros run with an RBI fielder's choice back in the 6th. The strike 1 pitch from Blackburn is hit to third. Nice diving play. The throw across the diamond, not in time. Diaz beats it out at first. Another diving play and a fine play by McMahon, but just a little tardy on the throw to first base, and Diaz beats it out. And the leadoff man for the Astros on in the 9th. It'll bring up the second baseman, Urias. Urias hitless in 3 attempts tonight and takes a strike right down the middle. Urias takes outside on the 0-1 pitch. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch. Swing and a miss. Now a ball and 2 strikes to count. Seven runs, 11 hits for the Yankees. 1 run, 5 hits for the Astros. 1-2 pitch is down low, 2-2. Urias started to swing, but was able to hold up. 2-2 pitch. Outside, and that will fill the count. Comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Urias strikes out, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 9th. It'll bring up Cam Smith. Smith 1 for 2 with a single. He had the first hit of the game for the Astros. His single came back in the 5th inning. Pitch misses inside for ball 1. At the conclusion of this game, we will give you one final look at the Major League Baseball scoreboard before I sign off tonight. The 1-0 pitch is foul back. One pitch. Outside, 2-1 now the count on Cam Smith. Blackburn delivers the 2-1 pitch. Strike two. Counts even 2-2. 2-2 payoff. Back to Blackburn. This is going to be a game-ending double play. As Blackburn made the catch off the bat, throws to first to double off the runner, and that is that for tonight. Yankees win it in game one of this series, 7-1, the final score. And that's the second time tonight a ball was caught by the pitcher and they ended up doubling a runner off at first base. Final line score tonight, Yankees 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Astros, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. Max Fried gets the win. He's now 15-5. He's tied for the wins lead on the pitching staff with Carlos Rodon. Valdez gets the loss tonight for the Astros. He falls to 12-8 on the season. Yankees improved to 77-61. They stayed 2.5 behind the Blue Jays in the AL East and tied with the Red Sox. The Astros fall to 76-63. They stay 3 ahead of the Mariners, but the Rangers may pick up a game on them tonight. 7-1 the final here. Before we sign off, let's take a look at one last look at the Major League Baseball scoreboard. Finals from earlier, Pirates 9, Dodgers 7. Despite the loss, Shohei Ohtani hit his 46th home run. Mets all over the Tigers in Detroit tonight, 12-5. Blue Jays 12, Reds 9. Blue Jays leading the AL East. Red Sox beat Cleveland 11-7. Red Sox stay 2.5 back, as I mentioned. Nationals 5-2 win over the Marlins. Rays 6, Mariners 5. So that loss for the Mariners didn't make it quite as bad of a night for the Astros. Angels beat the Royals 5-1. Cubs beat the Braves 4-3. That's just gone final at Wrigley. White Sox all over the Twins tonight, 12-3. Cardinals 2, A's 1 in St. Louis. Game still in progress. Top of the 8th inning in Denver. Giants lead the Rockies 5-4. Top of the 5th in San Diego. Orioles lead the Padres 3-2. And bottom of the 6th in Arizona. Rangers 2, Diamondbacks nothing. That's the score that the Astros are going to have their eyes on the rest of the night. Of course, here it was 7-1 Yankees over the Astros in game one of this series. Again, want to update you one more time on my upcoming live streams. We'll be back with you Thursday night for the NFL kickoff game. Eagles hosting the Cowboys. Be on with you for a live stream there and be back with you Saturday as well. One college football game for sure, the FCS top 5 matchup between South Dakota State and Montana State. Possibly will be with you for South Florida and Florida before that, but I do have a prior commitment, so it'll be depending on what time I get done from that on if I'm going to be able to live stream that one. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube page. If you like my content here, would appreciate a like and subscribe. That would really help out and go a long way. I was also on Twitch tonight at Sport Guru John. Do also have some content on Kick at Sports Kick. John was not on there tonight, but I do have some content on there as well. Appreciate you all for joining me for this Major League Baseball live stream tonight, and I will be back with you again Thursday night for the Cowboys-Eagles opening night NFL.